Okay, so you see there how it's stitched. It doesn't look super pretty from the inside, but I mean that's Dacron, that's really strong. So from the outside you can see how that seam is fully reinforced. And yeah, depending on how bad the tear is, we could do another line of zigzag here, but it's not going to look quite so pretty because it's not on the black, but I'll do it anyway. So yeah, now it's got, this was where the problem was. There was a hole there. So now it's got a strip on both sides, 35mm strip of Dacron and mark cloth. And yeah, the zigzag stitch on both sides to reinforce that. So now you just got to put it all back together. So yeah, first thing to do is straight stitch on top of the strut. You want to tape your seam shut. And yeah, rip out your threads, it looks much better. Yeah. Okay, tape the seam up, look at where the stitching went, make sure the stitch holes go back on top of each other. Okay, you make sure all the stitch holes line up both sides, and then it's going to go back the same. Before you stitch this seam, feel where the bladder is. Make sure the bladder is nowhere near this seam when you stitch it up. Back on straight stitch. stitch the first straight stitch, line up, then fold the seam. Again, make sure your bladder's not in there. Okay, that seam's back on. Just a small bit of webbing back on.